What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of FORNEVERNEWS! In today's episode, we've got some stories to talk about. Now, for starters, we have a very somber story. We're going to be talking about a significant figure in the anime industry recently passed away, so we're going to dive into a little bit of it and, just remembering the gentleman that passed. We got a story about a cheating husband's karma coming back to bite him in the form of his Yugioh card collection. Yes, hell have no fury like a scorned woman, and we're gonna dive into this one. The No Guns Life manga coming to an end, we'll talk about that. Sakamoto Days, one of the recent titles from Shonen Jump, a little bit of significant good news. My Hero Academia Season 5 yet again, tearing up the charts, doing big things with the latest episodes of the anime. A little bit of cool news for people internationally regarding the Hitman Reborn anime. A couple of series of sales like Black Butler as well as Jujutsu Kaisen. An update for Shonen Jump because it will be going on break shortly. Small news for the Boruto manga, in particular some art and as well as a little bit of controversy, I guess you could say, about some naming schemes that recently went down with the manga. We got a bunch more sales for Shueisha titles. A little bit of a really cool poster for the upcoming Kenshin live action film. The Quintessential Quintuplets. Yeah, the continuation. We got an announcement on that one. The Detective Conan recent film and how well it's doing, like really well. And a couple of pieces of Demon Slayer news, including some sales updates as well as the recent announcement for the video game and a character that's coming to the Demon Slayer game once it drops. And yeah, those are the stories we have. Without further ado, let's jump into another exciting episode of FORNEVERNEWS! The only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related, and we don't bore you. We get into it. Let's do it.
No matter how you know, get it done. No matter how you know, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay, people, first story on the agenda today. An unfortunate story, but nevertheless, this went down a few days ago. And yeah, I think it's only right that we pay our respects and report on it and talk about it. Apparently, Naruto Shippuden animator Osamu Kobayashi passes away at 57 years old. It's with a heavy heart that we report the passing of a very accomplished animator, Osamu Kobayashi, on April 16, 2021. It was confirmed he passed due to kidney cancer at the age of 57. Kobayashi worked on several major series and films such as Naruto Shippuden episodes 480 through 483, plus the last Naruto the movie, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Kobayashi worked on 2 TV series from Madhouse Studio, directed 4 episodes of the iconic Gurren Lagann anime, and more recently worked on the remake of Osamu Tezuka's iconic Dororo anime for Mappa Studio. His legacy will forever live on, and we want to send our condolences and prayers out to his family at this time. Thank you for leaving your mark on this industry that we love. Yeah, definitely condolences out. This man is a legend. I've just seen his picture. He aged very gracefully, even with everything that he must have been going through internally. The man looked like he was in his 20s. So rest in peace to Kobayashi-san. Thank you for everything you've done. You left your mark, and we will definitely remember you. And yeah, it was only right that I brought this up so you guys could know about this legendary person that put in a lot of work and brought a lot of joy to us in a lot of different series. But let's move on to something a little less serious. This one is actually a little bit of a wild story because apparently a cheating husband got karma back. It came to bite him really heavy with his Yu-Gi-Oh card collection. According to the report, cheating husband gets his entire rare Yu-Gi-Oh collection auctioned off. Hell have no fury like a woman scorned is the saying, and this man definitely felt it down to his core after his wife caught him cheating. According to a recent Japanese Yahoo auction, a man's wife auctioned off his entire rare Yu-Gi-Oh card collection for roughly over $75,000 after catching on to his cheating ways. The wife left an interesting description of the events within the auction listing, stating, "This is my first listing on Yahoo Auctions. As an act of revenge against my husband for cheating on me, I have decided to sell his collection. The items are unopened, so I'd be happy if I could get a good price for these. The boxes have been on a shelf with a cover over them, so they aren't even dusty. I don't have much familiarity with the collectible card games, but to my untrained eyes, the items have no damage or tearing, so please accept their condition as is. Thank you." The auction contained 26 multi-pack boxes sealed, which anyone who knows about Yu-Gi-Oh cards are aware that sealed boxes are far more valuable. Amongst the collection were boxes of Magic Ruler, Pharaoh's Servant, and Labyrinth of Nightmare, all of which are high value, and there was much more. And my god, yo, as somebody that, hello, you can see behind me, I got some collectibles here. I mean, alone, look at that rare JoJo's Bizarre Adventure PS3 game I imported. Like, I got a lot of crazy shit, son. Somebody, yo, that's why it's always gonna be faithful. Like, I'm the type of dude, I'll be honest with you, I don't like cheating. It's just not me. I'm not gonna start keeping up with stories. I'm already a writer as it is. I'm not trying to write a second series. I ain't Hiro Mashima to be doing 2 series at once. You know what I'm saying? So I can't keep up with lies and things like that. So thankfully, that's not something that I'll probably ever have to worry about, because that's just not my stilo. Like, if I'm with somebody, I rock with them. Let's make it to the top together, yada yada. But bam, what was you thinking, yo? Like, I feel for dude. I know homie's going through it. Shorty made 75 grand off of his Yu-Gi-Oh, which he probably could have made a lot more, to be honest with you. Like, I looked at that collection and some of those boxes are really freaking valuable, but yo, 75 grand, his whole Yu-Gi-Oh collection over making some silly, really ridiculous choices. Yo, where's Charlemagne at? Give this man Donkey of the Day for doing such atrocities that led him to that, or should she get Donkey of the Day for selling it for such a low ball? I think she could have got a lot more than 75 grand, but yo, I'm really curious to see what the comments are gonna be like on this one. I reported on this a few days ago now, and it's been wacky to say the least to see this unfold of like, yo fam, it never pays to cheat. Just keep it real, you know what I'm saying? You liking a shorty out there, you through with the marriage, let it be known, and make sure you grab your Yu-Gi-Oh collection on the way out. Moving forward, No Gun's Life manga to end with 13th volume. Tasuka Karasuma's No Gun's Life manga is set to end in Shueisha's Ultra Jump magazine with its 13th volume. The series began serialization September 19th, 2004, and has had an adaptation by Madhouse Studio consisting of 24 episodes. And how, wow, I did not know that series was running from 2004 till now. Like, I just seen the anime not that long ago, and I was like, oh shoot, maybe this, like 2004, that's what, 17 years? Yeah, I mean, it's about time. Like, if the series had an adaptation, it didn't make that much of a stir, even though I think it should have, because it was really entertaining and enjoyable. Yeah, put it to bed and start something fresh. But yeah, 13th volume, the series is going to wrap up. Really sucks to hear, because at the end of the day, like I said, it was a pretty damn enjoyable series, but hopefully it gets a good ending. And yeah, unfortunately for fans of the series, it will be ending, which kind of makes me think, now that I think about it, if it's been going on since 2004 and it has how many volumes again? Only 13 volumes. That seems a little low to be going for 17 years. Shouldn't you have like double or triple that amount? Like, maybe the magazine's publication is like bi-monthly or something like that, or quarterly. I'm not sure, because that seems like a very low amount of volumes to be out considering the runtime. But either way, shout outs to No Gun's Life. Hopefully the author is getting the resolution he wants with his story, or they want with their story. Moving forward, now we recently reported on Sakamoto Days. It's a new Jump title. It's been around for a little bit, a few months now at this point, but we reported that sales wasn't looking great. I want to say with the latest volume, or the first volume for that matter, there's only one volume out. I think the first week it did like 7,000, but there was a publication shortage, and then the following week it did another 7 something, which totaled like it did 15k within 2 weeks, which again, it wasn't great. I've seen series do more than that and still get the axe, but there's been great reception for Sakamoto Days, and we got a little silver lining so far, because according to this, Sakamoto Days Volume 1 sees a demand. Yuto Suzuki's Sakamoto Days manga sees some success, with Volume 1 of the manga having quote-unquote immediate reprints, according to the announcement in the latest issue of Weekly Shonen Jump magazine. Sakamoto Days Volume 1 released April 2nd, 2021, and sold a little over 15,000 copies in its first 2 weeks of release. So that's a good thing. Again, I want to say the first couple of chapters of Sakamoto Days. I liked it. It seems real chill. Seems like it could build up into something grander, because the plot, like, it kind of leaves it where the first, I'm imagining what's going to happen is like the first handful or so of chapters is going to feel somewhat episodic, but you could tell that there's an overall grand plot of what's going to happen with the assassins and things like that. And yeah, if you want a chill series in Shonen Jump, check out Sakamoto Days, about a former assassin trying to escape that life, but unfortunately it won't leave him alone. Yeah, really interesting stuff. My Hero Academia fans, I'm sure you're going to be delighted to hear that yet again one of the recent episodes was in the top 10 most viewed anime in Japan. My Hero Academia Season 5 reaches top 10 most viewed anime with episode 91. My Hero Academia Season 5's anime continues to dominate, with the latest episode of the season once again making the ranking list of top most viewed anime of the week. The third episode of the season, 91st episode total, titled Clash, Class A versus Class B, came in at number 6 on the top 10 with an impressive 3.8% viewership. Yo, it's crazy because, to be honest with you, in the West, I've seen for the most part a lot of people saying like this isn't the most exciting arc, or at the very least like the first half of the season is going to be okay, but they're waiting for the second half. But seems like Japan is absolutely loving this season of My Hero Academia. I think this episode was about 0.3% behind One Piece, and I always got to stress that One Piece is huge in Japan. Like, if you're on the ballpark of One Piece, you're doing something right. So My Hero Academia, yeah, Japan loves that shit. And again, I know people in the West love this too, but for the most part, I'm not seeing people going crazy like they were with, you know, season 3 and things like that. So probably it'll pick up in the West, and then who knows, maybe it'll fall, because I heard that Japan isn't really fond of the villain stuff over there. Don't quote me on that. That's some, you know, chitter chatter I've heard around the way. But yeah, I'm really impressed. I'm very, very impressed. The fact that you're doing top 10 numbers, that is awesome. Shout outs to My Hero Academia. Season 5 seems like it's already been a success, and we're only a few episodes in. Quick update if you're an international Katekyo Hitman Reborn fan, because Crunchyroll is bringing Hitman Reborn anime to other territories for streaming. The Katekyo Hitman Reborn anime is hitting more areas for streaming. On Monday, Crunchyroll announced it will be bringing the 203 episode anime to the following areas: the Americas, Australia, New Zealand, non-French speaking Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa. And along with it will be subtitles for each correlating area's language. So yeah, they're expanding with it, which is a good thing. I don't know if that's anything to do with maybe just the license drying up or something along the lines of that, or them wanting to renew it, because I don't hear any chitter chatter of like, hey, Reborn is coming back, although that's the real announcement we all want to hear. Like, yeah, this is cool and all, and shout outs to the international fans that are going to be able to check out Reborn or rewatch it or whatever. But you want to bring back the anime and finish it up? I mean, they're bringing Bleach back. Can you do that for Reborn? I'm just saying. Like, real talk, I know a lot of people who checked out this story like, could it be something great for Reborn? Yeah, it's great for fans out there, but for the most part, we just want, come on, finish the anime, finish adapting it. Hell, bring back the manga. Who the hell knows, right? Akira Amano, whatever you're doing, come on, please. Shout outs to Katekyo Hitman Reborn. Good news for people internationally. Overall, it's like, yeah, not exactly what we want though. A couple of quick sales updates. For starters, the Black Butler manga sales. It says Yana Toboso's Black Butler manga confirms having 30 million copies in circulation. And of course, the series began serialization in September 16, 2006 and currently has 30 volumes released thus far. So it seems like if you average it out, each volume does 1 million copies, and Black Butler is huge. It's funny because, like, I never really see the Black Butler fandom, but whenever I go to Hot Topic, and this has been for years and years and years, if I go to Hot Topic, if I go to any of these stores that sell anime and manga merch, there's Black Butler shit everywhere. I just never see the community online really, like, visible and shit. It must be like, you know, the silent fandom that supports the series with their wallets. And while we're on the topic of sales, a Goliath in Shonen Jump, Jujutsu Kaisen confirms 45 million copies in circulation. Gege Akutami's Jujutsu Kaisen manga confirms having 45 million copies of the Shonen Battle series in circulation. The series has grown to be one of the top-selling manga currently running in Shonen Jump magazine. And of course, the series has began running since March 5th, 2018, and currently has 15 volumes published. That is insane that with 15 volumes, already 45 million, almost 50 million sold with 15 volumes. Jujutsu Kaisen, fam. Like, again, I gotta just keep it real. Gege Akutami is a mastermind. Like, the shit that Gege Akutami is doing, has done, and of course the push from season 1. But even before, like, let's get clear. Jujutsu Kaisen, before season 1 hit, was already, I want to say, what was it, 10 million sold before season 1. Season 1 absolutely helped push it. But yeah, it was already a success in its own right before that. The anime just gave it an even further push of people going crazy, because again, 15 volumes, I think somebody did like the math, and it's like averaging out to like 3 point something per volume is what it averages out, 3 point something million copies. Like, shout outs to Jujutsu Kaisen. It's great. A little unfortunate news for us Shonen Jump fans, because according to this, Shonen Jump goes on break following issue number 21/22. Weekly Shonen Jump magazine is set to go on break next week following this week's double issue 21/22. And a little note, because a lot of people get confused, a double issue never means 2 chapters will be published of each series. It simply means a combined issue, usually because the following week the magazine will be on break, but they need to keep the number count of issues current. So that just means that, you know, like, the physical magazine is probably going to have extra adverts. It'll be a little bit longer in terms of like adverts and things like that, but it'll be the same amount of chapters. Maybe they'll do more double spreads and things like that, but same amount of pages per chapter. It's just that it's a double issue. It's a number thing. It's not anything like, yo, we're about to have, you know, 2 One Piece chapters in your dreams. And the magazine, of course, will resume with issue number 23, and of course the official North American release on May May 9th, and Jujutsu Kaisen manga will be on break that issue as well. So it's looking like after this week we won't have Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, you're gonna have to wait damn near 3 weeks for the Jujutsu Kaisen manga. It's a shame. For me, it'll be a good thing because I'm a little bit behind on my Jujutsu Kaisen manga reviews. It's been really heavy, a lot of information to process, so between that time I'll be caught up. Like, I'll do a big review of all the stuff that's been going down. But yeah, Jump is going to be on break, which again, I'm not too sad about it because I got a lot of videos I want to make on a whole bunch of other stuff, and of course FORNEVERNEWS and things like that. So I think we'll be fine for the most part in terms of content over here. But it is a bummer because, like, yo, my Black Clover, my Hero, my Jujutsu Kaisen, my One Piece greatness, no! So a couple of little pieces of Boruto news. For starters, volume 14, the cover shows, and yo, this looks insane. This is one of the best ones. They got the Baryon, Naruto, Ishiki, Boruto code. This is probably gonna have some of my favorite contents of the manga thus far, like that whole finale and everything. Like, I'm definitely, when it comes to the States, picking this one up, and this is one of my favorite covers thus far. Like, Kawaki looking sick. That's really awesome. And also, there's been a little bit of a stir over there in Japan regarding some stuff with the Boruto manga recently. Apparently, going through the Japanese fan comments about Ada, and most of them are legit complaining about the official English translation choosing Ada, E-I-D-A, opposed to A-D-A, because apparently A-D-A goes in line with the puns of code. Again, I'm honestly not understanding what the gripe is really about, but in terms of context, her naming scheme kind of breaks things off because of the official translation. It like kind of screws how things work. I don't know, I thought Ada, E-I-D-A, made a little more sense because, like, that's how they would pronounce it, Ada. So that's just me. But yeah, apparently some Japanese fans are really upset about the pronunciation that they have over here in English. I think the Spanish version actually went with ADA, so I don't know if that was a translation goof or if the Japanese people said no, do the EIDA. Maybe they'll fix it in the next one, or maybe the Japanese fans are gonna have to get over it. I don't know, but it is wild to see Japanese fans complaining about an English translation. Like, I've never really seen that. But yeah, just some small pieces of Boruto news for you guys. Also, some sales numbers, which was really interesting and showcasing that, like, even though I haven't seen that much people talking about it, Tokyo Revengers is doing great because the top 10 sales of Oricon this week came in, and Jujutsu Kaisen as a whole has done over 500,500,000. Detective Conan, no shocker, 329, but this one really shocked me. Tokyo Revengers at number 3 with 293,000. Like, I'm sure maybe like a volume had to have come out or something, or this is all back catalog with the anime, because I'll be honest, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, I really want to check out the Tokyo Revengers manga. It's hard to hold myself back to watch the anime every week, and also because it's like a little bit hard to get my hands on the chapters. I don't know if it's legally available over here or not, but yeah, I completely understand why people are going ham reading it, because it is like tempting. Watching the anime is very tempting, like, oh, I just want to read the manga. But big shouts out to Tokyo Revengers doing big numbers. I think Demon Slayer must have released something else because it's at number 4, 220, which it hasn't been on the charts in the last couple weeks. Then of course, going down the row, Attack on Titan doing well, My Hero doing well, So no Frieren, I've been telling you guys, it's gonna be something. It's doing numbers. Shumatsu no Valkyrie doing great, and the Slime series still hanging in there in the top 10. Unfortunately, Black Clover has left the top 10. No! Shouts out to Black Clover, but shouts out to all of this, especially Tokyo Revengers. I am really impressed. Like, that anime has boosted the living crap out of it. Next up, very small story, just talking about the Kenshin poster that was released that I had to talk about because this is art, fam. This is for the upcoming new film of Rurouni Kenshin, The Beginning, and it looks kind of like Trust and Betrayal, and I don't know if that's supposed to be like an adaptation of Trust and Betrayal, but it looks great. Like, this is art, honestly, and I'm a big fan of, like, drawing art and things like that, but the way they took this shot, the way everything, it just looks amazing. Like, I need to finish watching more of the Rurouni Kenshin films. I think I've seen like the first couple, 2 or 3, and they were great, especially the first one. I loved the first Rurouni Kenshin film. Oh my god, I gotta see this. Like, this looks really dope. Small update for the Quintessential Quintuplets. I know there's a lot of fans of this series out there. Apparently, the Quintessential Quintuplets anime continues with an anime film in 2022. The secret is out. The Quintessential Quintuplets will be heading onto the big screen as the next outing for the 5 girls in the Quintessential Quintuplets, the movie 2022. It was previously revealed at the end of the 2nd season that the anime would continue, with tonight revealing that in fact it'll be an anime film. A lot of people, including myself, thought that meant a season 3 when they said the anime would be continuing, but apparently it's going to be a film. I always get, like, you know, not conspiracy theory, but just educated guesses when they do things like that. Like, the anime will continue, but they don't immediately tell you that it's going to continue with a film. They leave it up in the air. I wonder if, like, initially the production was like intended for a season, and then they look at numbers and they'd be like, well, it would make more sense to turn it into a movie. Let's just go that route instead, especially considering it's like a whole other year until this comes out. Could very well have been the case. But if you're a Quintessential Quintuplet fan, apparently there will be more anime. It'll just be in the form of a film, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're going that direction as well, because again, everything ever since Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train came out is going the film route, which, oh my god, as of the recording of this video, in 2 days I will be sitting in that theater watching it. I can't wait. I know, me fangasming over Demon Slayer in the middle of a Quintessential Quintuplet story. Deal with it. Small update for the Detective Conan latest film. Apparently it's doing very well. It's official. Scarlet Bullet has exceeded 2,200,000,000 yen, making a sure thing to be the first movie in the Conan franchise to surpass 10 billion yen, and it likely won't stop there. And as of the report, because this was a 3-day-old report at this point, keep in mind the movie came out a mere 3 days ago and has taken in 2 billion yen and has been seen by 1,533,054 people. So basically in 3 days it did, what would 2 billion, 200 million, like what, about roughly $20 million it did. That's crazy. Again, I don't know what it is that Demon Slayer has just completely reinvigorated the box office over there in Japan, that even Detective Conan is ready to break records. But I think it's more than just Demon Slayer. I don't want to credit everything about films over there in Japan to Demon Slayer. I think a lot of it also has to do with the world and everything that's been going on. A lot of people still, you know, being in lockdown till this point are like, yo, I don't give a shit. There's a film I want to watch. I'm going, and they're going out in droves because they're like, yo, you live one life and we've been already screwed as it is. And I think that's the mindset of why people are going out and going crazy to watch these films, because yeah, it's insane. 2 billion yen in 3 days for a Detective Conan film. Like, don't get me wrong, I know Conan is popular, but damn. And since I've been talking about Demon Slayer throughout this one, just a couple of small pieces of news. Apparently, Uro Kodaki has been announced as a playable character for the Demon Slayer Hinokami Kaputan game that I am dying for. Like, please drop a release date. And I've seen a little bit of the trailer of how he plays, which I kind of expected, didn't expect at the same time. Like, he's like the somewhat, to a degree, nowhere near as awesome in my opinion as Jiraiya, but yeah, I could see him being in the game, especially considering it's a CyberConnect 2 game. But fam, yeah, Uro Kodaki, like, just put the game out already, please. Like, I know they got season 2 readying up, and I know we gotta watch Mugen Train first, which I can't wait to watch, but yeah, I want to play that game. And Demon Slayer continues to do well. Apparently, the Mirai Bunko novel has reached 840,000 copies in circulation, so almost 1 million on a damn novel. Like, shout outs to Demon Slayer, just continues to wreck and destroy all the competition in sight, alongside, of course, series like Jujutsu Kaisen. But yeah, it's been a hefty one. Curious what you guys thought about the stories we covered in today's episode. Naruto Animator passing away again. RIP, major respects and condolences to that gentleman and his family. The wife auctioning off the cheating husband's Yu-Gi-Oh collection. RIP, fam, RIP. No Guns Life manga ending. Sakamoto Days getting a reprint. That's good news. My Hero Academia top 10 yet again with season 5's anime. That is awesome. Hitman Reborn, new territory streaming. Bring more episodes, do more, just saying. Black Butler sales, dope. Jujutsu Kaisen, I can't even fathom. 45 million and 15 volumes. Jump going on break, that's a bummer. Boruto manga cover and the Ada name drama. The name drama is just a little bit silly. Like, I get it, it breaks the whole idea, but most people aren't really catching on to the name schemes or care for that matter. Anyways, sales of the series for the week. Shout outs to Tokyo Revengers out of nowhere. That anime is doing justice for the manga. The Kenshin film poster looks incredible. Quintessential Quintuplets giving us a surprise. Instead of another season, it's going the film route. Conan doing incredible with its film, and Demon Slayer Uro Kodaki hitting the game, as well as the novel doing well. And yeah, your thoughts on any of the stories we covered in today's episode. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social social media. Links, of course, are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.
And remember the golden rule.
Anime and manga.
For life, boy.
Have an awesome day. Peace in. And you guys just watched another episode of
Forever News.
Have an awesome day.
Forever.